Hello. We're here to finish Sifu. I already finished it off stream, but I recorded it. I'm gonna watch the recording and review the game. No, I won. I just did it off stream. I was too annoyed doing it on stream. I wanted to like watch something while I was doing it. I just wanted to just be done with it. Actually, it didn't take long. I had a video before this, but it was probably like less than an hour. I paused and was watching stuff. You'll probably hear. I have it muted. I didn't have any audio because I was watching a video until the last cutscene. You'll hear like a rain track because I had like rain noises in the background. Anyways, let's get going. Figured I'd just show it. It's all on. Nah, it was shit. I think I've already seen it before anyways. Dog shit. I'm not doing the true ending either. Or the wooed ending or whatever. I'd have to do all the bosses again and spare them, I think is what it was. Which means I have to fight them for longer. I already put the game in the mail. That shit's been in the mail for hours. We're moving on. Review it and all that. I think how it works is when you are going to execute them, you just don't. Or when you have to get them like killed through just health and then you get like an option, like a dialogue option or something. I don't know. I don't know for sure. I just know it's a thing. I've seen that ending too. Alright, let's get started on it. I'll talk about it as we go a little bit. Here's the in-game music. Anyways, yeah, I had to restart this a few times. At the beginning of the video, I show proof that it's me, and I didn't change the difficulty, but I did at the end too. So. Not that it matters. It's just like a principle. I'm gonna like finish the fucking game, right? No, I really didn't care about the game. Recording looked a little funky. Yeah, that's how it felt. It's just, the game had a lot of potential to be really cool. And I do think parts of it are cool. I don't think it's a bad game, but it is a very frustrating game. And not just because it's hard. I don't think it's harder than a lot of shit we've done, especially challenge to challenge. It's more that you're gonna redo a lot of shit. It's just a very frustrating structure, and there's so many systems in the game that are pointlessly like anti-fun. Like age limitations on skills, having to purchase skills like 6 times with the temporary purchase. Even I guess I should pause what we can talk about that. I'll just switch between these two songs. Yeah, just the temporary skills, the aging is a cool idea, but not being able to pick each individual level, having to redo the whole thing, having everything be railroaded on bosses that just aren't that fun. Some are like okay, like the fire guy is okay to learn. This boss is a bit annoying because of the readability on his attacks. He just throws out Fist of Fury, so you just kind of memorize shit or spam, which is really lame. Spam dodges. And it's just like, so you're getting really rid of these bosses, and it's just not all that fucking interesting when the levels and the fighting the goons and all that's far more interesting when that gets skipped. So it's got a system in place that makes it so you don't get as many moves, and these moves are only usable on normal goons anyways. This boss you can't even use focus on him. So like all of that's pointless. All those upgrades, all the perks. The perks themselves you can buy are age locked, score locked, and it's just like, why? Incentivize me to go back by making the perks more interesting. Like, you would want to go back anyways to cut your years down. But incentivize me because it's just fun. Like, it's this weird system where they try to lean every part of the game into the age thing, and it just is annoying. It's got a good concept, and it's got decent gameplay. But yeah, when you put everything together, they lean too hard into it. The game would be a lot better if you could just pick whichever level you wanted to do and cut down your age. If shrines were either permanent or something you had to do really good during a level on, and then you could unlock it permanently, so you could have like ace, like, you know, hey, this is totally separate, but if you get this score, you'll get this permanent stat up. You know, a different way to play the game, something more fun. You're not worried about how many times you die, and I mean, although it would matter for multiplayer, you know, something like that. I think, you know, if they lean more into routing the level instead of it just being linear, and then not keeping you away from moves. The fights start to get really samey against the goons, even though that's the best part, because you just use the same shit the whole time. There's nothing to mix it up, right? Like in another action game, you'd be getting new skills, you'd be getting better, you know, maybe you would get some upgrades or something, and it's just like, you don't really get that in this. What other song do I wanna... Are we just gonna re-listen to it? Go back to Velvet. Yeah, so I don't know, it's just, so this is kind of, I guess I'm reviewing it while we're doing this, but, yeah, it's just this kind of, like, all the systems kind of just are at odds with each other, in my opinion, and I think it just brings down the overall package of the thing. Like, visually, it's okay, you know, I think it's got some cool, more like normal areas. They're like stylish and how clean they are and like modern. It's kind of a cool, I mean, you know, it's just like, there's like a haze here and the colors are really nice. I mean, it's a good looking game stylistically, but like it's not enough to sell it or like, I feel like, rise the game above its like gameplay issues. And the story sure as hell ain't doing anything. Very poor voice acting. I mean, it's pretty hard to fuck up a revenge story, but it's so boring and nothing. And it's like, you could make, you know, the style and everything really, really cool, and the story just kind of fun. It doesn't have to be crazy, but no, it's, you know, that's not doing anything. So it's all about the gameplay, and I don't know, man. I like that it's more like the raid style, like, you know, small hits, lots of hits kind of thing. It feels a bit more what's up, Igor? It feels let me pause here. I talk about what I'm doing here. I mean, there's not that much strategy anyways. Yeah, it just feels kind of lackluster. Anyways, yeah, I think the game systems just are kind of lame. It needed to be tweaked a bit. I mean, there's no reason it... Like, it's not it's got difficulty in combat, but it's more just a frustrating that all the systems are working against you. When it could be just more fun and difficult at the same time. But yeah. Anyways. We can talk about it more at the very end, I guess. Anyways, I don't know. With these guys, I just... didn't really fucking matter. I just used a bazillion of the items around here. The chick has no fucking... The chick has no, bar, stamina, whatever the fuck. I kind of just stopped countering and parrying after a while because it's so risky, and you can still get like pretty hard punishes off of just like attacking at certain points, which is a shame. Oh really? Hey, welcome to the world of Vision, man. You get to see this beautiful ending. Yeah, audio will return in the game after I beat the boss to the last cutscene. I did this off stream. I was just kind of just tired of talking about the game. I wanted to watch something while I just knocked the rest of this out. Yeah. Which is what's cool about like games like Sekiro, because the whole game is designed around parrying and blocking. And it's great. It's awesome. Damn, this skipping. Does it do that shit when I stream, man? I hope not. This might just be because it's hardware or recording offline or something. But yeah. I mean, Sekiro is awesome. It's all about parrying and blocking, and it's really cool, and it feels like you're having like a really cool sword fight, and the bosses are crazy, but because of how good the readability is and that your tools are understandable and all that, it's you can adapt and get really strong. In this, it's like the bosses just aren't as fun. Like it's more fast punches and stuff, which is cool, but it's, I don't know, man. I mean, you don't just react to a bunch of quick punches without some heavy memorization. So it just turns into more of a slog and spamming dodges and stuff. And, you know, stuff like the, I still think the worst boss, probably not this one, but the phase 1, this is probably the hardest boss, but the phase 1 with the lady with the spinny blades, it's like you just don't even know what she's doing. The attacks are so fast, and he needs specific dodges, and it's like I don't mind having to be quick. I mean, we just did like Everhood, that was really fun. And you have to be like lightning fast, but it's just very unsatisfying in an action game sense, especially when you're just like dodging for like 10 hours and then you get to punch them like once or twice, and it's like really repetitive, and the bosses are all like that. Oop, I dodge for like 4 attacks, and then I do a couple punches, and I dodge for 4 attacks, and it's like, it's just so, like, this loop is just so boring compared to fighting like normal guys, which maybe you'll do something similar with them, but you could beat up an easy guy, use the environment, you know, use a takedown on a guy here and there, and it's just like, I get they wanted to probably on this boss take it back to the basics or something, and just have fisticuffs so you can't use like any of your powers. It's so dull, man. For all the difficulty they rely on these bosses, and they're just really weak. It's ugh. Yeah, the thing with parrying in Dark Souls is like it's useful. Or in the Souls games, it's useful, but some bosses, you know, aren't gonna be able to be parried that easily. They can be cheesed. Elden Ring is like, you know, only a few, like you can parry stuff, but it's like it takes a lot of parries to get to that point where you can punish them and stuff like that. And, Bloodborne, it's more useful. You can parry certain things, but it's more just an option. And a lot of the time, it's not worth the risk. But it can be strong if you know how to do it. But Sekiro is awesome. Sekiro is probably my favorite game about parrying. Being a core game mechanic. I mean, this copy of Sekiro's gameplay style. Not, you know, to the T, but it's about, you have health, but you also have stature, posture, or whatever the fuck. I don't remember what they called it in this. And you have to block a lot and parry a lot, and you know, you can't take a whole lot of hits. It's about the dance, essentially. And you rarely kill dudes with HP damage. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not saying it's my favorite kind of gameplay style. I just think it's a fun thing to actually see a dev like go hard into, make it more about that than dodging, because every game has dodging now, and I love dodging stuff, but that's what's cool about Sekiro, is they made it work with parrying. Thing is, in Sekiro, you know, you need to have certain types of enemies with certain kinds of attacks to realistically do like parrying in a fun way for like that many boss fights, right? So that's why Sekiro just kind of has like swordsmen and shit, and like not just swordsmen, but you know, like, you know, there's some big bosses, but it's centered around actually being able to actually have a fun fight between stuff. For in this, it's like, it just feels like they just did stuff. Like half the bosses have just like range shit, which is just not fun. Like the fourth boss is just like, she just jumps halfway across the stage. Every time she hits you, you just fly back 20 miles. And it's just like this, it just feels like cheesy and unfun. Like, she's not hard, but it's just like, that's the idea, is like, I wouldn't say it's like super hard game. It's just a fucking annoying game. But I like what's here. I wouldn't call this a bad game. I think there's cool things here, cool concept, and really you could tweak a little bit of it and make it just more fun. The bigger things, like focusing more on the level design, less on the bosses, that would require more effort, but I would play a second one. And obviously the story being better, but Mountain Blade, yeah, I've always wanted to play Mountain Blade. I had it available for a bit on Game Pass, but I never touched it. Maybe someday. And yeah, I'm looking forward to playing Unsighted. Anyways, let's watch the boss here. Kind of doing like a half review thing, half whatever thing. I've wanted to do this a bit more. The problem is it's like a huge time sink, because I play it and then I talk about it, but just like talk over the end of a game and maybe do analysis or like a playthrough or something. I mean, I could do that while I'm playing, but it's like I can stop and go deeper into. This is just because I was tired of playing this game. I just wanted to be like, I just want to finish the boss on principle. Oh yeah, music. Oh, you picked it up? For some reason I thought that was one you played on Game Pass. Cool. Well, I might take it off Game Pass then. Won't rush to play it. Wait, I thought you played on Game Pass. So anyways, with this boss, I don't know. What I discovered over time was just to dodge a lot. I took this weapon in here and I feel like it was like bad. It barely did any stagger damage. And it was like kind of slow. At least I think I beat him this time. I don't know. I should be. I think there's enough time for another one. I mean, I had like 30 years of age to do this. I mean, obviously that compounds, which, like I said, the issue with compounding age is it makes the hard parts more punishing. So it's really only about the bosses, and I think it would have been cool if they leaned into the stages more. Yeah, Igor. I mean, the weapons are good against normal guys and shit, but yeah, I think without like enough upgrades and shit, a lot of the time it's just better just to use your fists because of the speed. Familiarity. So anyways, the strategy on this was just essentially to by tormented souls. Yeah, the strategy on this was just for me to just spam dodge. It was really lame. Anytime he'd attack, I would just spam weave. I mean, I would try to time it on some attacks. Certain ones, like his backdash into slide, which he backdashes all the time, so like you're gonna whiff it all the time. That was really hard. I think I got hit almost every time with it. But anyways, after like a few attacks, he'll like lean, and you can punish him. A lot of attacks can't be punished, but like some can, like right here. He'll just like kind of sit there, and then you hit him with a couple heavies. And I have one really good combo here. I think if you punish him enough in a row, or if you punish him perfectly enough, you can knock him on the ground. I think I knocked him on the ground in this fight. It might have been the one before, I don't know. I got to the second phase like once before this, like right before, and then I beat it the next time. It's not too hard of a fight to learn. I mean, technically it's the hardest fight, I would say, but you're just focused on just fucking dodging and then just punishing. I mean, it's got some cool give and take, but it plays just like all the other ones, so... Some more silly music. Anyways, I just kind of beat him down for a bit. It takes a bit. I die a few times, but I think I end up only... I think I have like 10 plus years left by the end of this. I think I get him. Yeah. They get your health back and it knocks one compounded death thing off the top. I skipped the cutscenes because I've already seen them. I turned the volume back on for the final one. So this phase is easier. I feel like he takes more stagger damage and he has a lot more easy attacks to dodge. He does this big like bear claw thing from like 20 miles away and you could just spam it and you dodge like most of them. This one, like I think I might have got hit by that first one and blocked it, and then I still dodged the rest. There's a few where he does like some low sweeps that are a bitch because they're delayed, so spamming it doesn't really work. And it's just kind of random when he's gonna do it, it feels like. But it's the same shit. You dodge a couple attacks, punish for 2 seconds. You don't use any special moves, you don't get to use focus, you don't get to use anything. You don't have time. I'll go in and just hit him a couple times. He lets you just kind of get 2 or 3 hits on him sometimes when he's just sitting there chilling. I always thought that was silly. Right there. Where you go behind him and you're punching him in the fucking back and you don't get like a harder punish. There's a lot of action games that do allow you to do that. Like if you can get behind them, that's big, right? That's, you know, you'd have to flip around, and I mean that should be like a guaranteed like juicy punish. But in this, he takes one hit and just flips around. So I thought that was kind of a lame thing. That would have been a nice way to have some extra depth to the fight. But... yeah, it's just a drag with her. Like, it's cooler in the aspect that you could, like, learn it a bit quicker, and the attacks aren't just her throwing blows at you and you dodging them for 3 hits. Like, her zoning is a little different, but it's so spammy and so just kind of random that it makes it feel, like, really gamey, but, like, in a bad way. She's just, like, jumping into, like, the invisible wall over and over in place. Instead of like pivoting, moving around. It doesn't feel like a fight against like some real kung fu shit. It's like really cheesy and crappy. But yeah, so we'll continue. Yeah, that was kind of part of it. The bosses, like, if this was just an action game where you just get to keep retrying the bosses, just right then, no problem. It'd just be like, okay, the bosses were forgettable, but it was fun going through the campaign and doing the rest of it. But the problem is, you redo just the bosses a lot, and you don't redo most of the levels. I mean, 90% of this game I don't see again. I just see certain parts of the levels and then the bosses a lot. And if your bosses are going to be, like, not the best part of your fucking gameplay, then you really should not make it so that's the only part that fucking matters. In a revenge story where you're fighting bosses, your bosses probably should be good. Yeah, I just thought they were lame. Yes, I'll have to continue. I think I get killed a couple more times, or this might be it. I don't don't remember. I think maybe once more. I end up having like 2 or 3 tries left. So. I mean, I like the idea of like a little like dodge, give and take. But I wish maybe instead of huge flurries of like 4 or 5 attacks, he just did like a single 1 or 2. And then maybe a couple flurries. Just to make it feel like a bit more of a mix-up. Maybe they're more readable, but he's more random, you know? So like you could read it like, oh, he's doing this one, oh, he's doing this one. Instead it's just like, oh, he's maybe going to do this, and I'll just spam. It's like, it'd be cool if it was like more readable and more random, and then you could actually throw punches in between more or something. Like a fight. Like a Sekiro or something. Like I said, I don't think it's a bad game. I just think it's sloppy is the word. It looks polished. When you're watching the fights, it seems like it's polished, but it just there's too many cracks beneath the surface for me. I love the idea of it. Oh, here it is. This is me trying to like turn back on all the audio and shit. Gonna take a bit to beat it. Hopefully it's not too loud when I do it. It won't come back right away because I put it as me. I think I show the difficulty. It's disciple. You know, that's the default, just to make sure nobody thought I did off stream just to cheat. Oh, my computer just like reset. What happened? Am I still live? Hold on. All my screens just went black. I think OBS is open over there. Give me a sec. Okay, that was really weird. think maybe VLC did something. I'm not sure. I hit detect, so all my monitors stopped being detected, and then the one that I have turned off and disconnected turned on. And then I hit detect, and then everything just went back to normal. So give me 1 sec here. I've got to move all the windows again, which is great. Because they all moved to one monitor. At least I don't have to restart the stream, because that would be a bitch for the VODs. Fucking hell, dude. Love it. Fucking, this is the game that keeps on giving, dude. I don't pop up some porn here instead. Give me a sec. Nothing but Strife, yeah. Sifu Strife Edition. I think that's a better name for it. I just bots, man. Checking your followers list is just the recipe for pain, brother. I don't think anybody goes out of their way to like find offline streams and unfollow them unless they're planning on to already. I don't think it really matters much. Okay. We're not using VLC this time, I'm just using Windows, whatever the fuck. Viewer. That was really cursed. I don't know what the hell that was. No, I didn't know you streamed. Follow you. Anyways, here's where I put everything back on. Hopefully it doesn't destroy the stream again. I don't know. I like action games. I've played a lot of action games, so I feel like while the combat's cool, I don't think it was so polished or novel enough that it was like some groundbreaking watershed moment in fucking action games, like some people are saying. I think there's too many flaws. I think it could easily been awesome. It was just alright. Yeah, I did Elden Ring. Close to when it launched. 100% of it, pretty much. Yeah, understandable, Ripper. You gotta be in the mood. I had not actually seen this ending before. I saw like the very end of the true ending before I played this game for some reason.
Not steal it. It's the only way to save them, Sifu. You failed to honor your oath.
I knew the story was shit, but it looked like it was fun still. But
now leave.
The rain noises, these are not the games. These are mine. I forgot to mute that until like the very last second.
She who has Gongfu and Wu De makes the other know
It's more Kino with mine, I guess.
Go out like lightning, and the other doesn't want to fight anymore.
Epic. Thank you, French guys, for the cool. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot I said something. Anyways, yeah, that was pretty much my final thoughts on the game there in the video. Billy the Hatcher, the giant egg, hell yeah, dude. I turned the rain off. Yeah, that was the end of the story, man. Really good stuff. Yeah, did it. Did it on that difficulty. I mean, it only didn't take that long. Wouldn't even say it was that hard in general, but it was just annoying. It's just an annoying game. Not the fun kind of difficulty I like. It's just kind of that. And then the loss of potential is kind of and me even more. So yeah, if anybody got anything they want to say on the game, by all means. But that was pretty much my thoughts on it as we were going there, which was pretty much what I was saying about it yesterday. Overall, I wouldn't say it's a bad game. I think if you like action games and you want to see something that tries to capture that kind of like the Raid or old, Kung Fu style, I think it's worth seeing, worth messing with. But I think there's just too many just baffling, sloppy choices in some of the game systems. Too much shit, too much focus on the unfun parts, which are the bosses. Really bad, like, ability unlock system, lame perk level up system, and just a wasted concept. Yeah, I played it on PS4. It came out physically recently. It's the Vengeance Edition. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel like I need a vacation after Sifu, man. Yeah. So like I said, objectively I don't think it was bad, but I didn't have fun with most of it. It was more frustrating than it was anything. It's definitely ready to be done. Good music. I did think the music was good. I don't have any big complaints on that. But chill out. Maybe I'll watch some movies today. Or maybe